I love this time of year. Little twig just stabbed me. I tell you, it just feels like if you make a mistake, you can absolutely recover. It's like hard to, do anything that you can't undo in April, May, June. Now there are some mistakes that you can make. Today we're going to do some splits, and when you're making splits, you want to make sure you're looking for the queen so you don't accidentally throw the queen around into a box that you don't want. But you can later find that out easily just by finding fresh eggs. But you don't want to make these splits too small, because we're going to have some overnights still in April in Michigan that could be so cold that if you don't have the numbers, you could get chilled brood. The hive could just fail, and you just want to shake in some bees. If there's any question, like we're going to check on, I just burned my leg, so we're going to check on a couple splits that we made early, some nukes. Maybe some more pine needles though. Most of the time, this is all I'm using for fuel. But there's a lot of other options, and you want to make sure you always have at least something dry, because tomorrow we're gonna have 2 days of rain. You try to come out here, and pine needles will still actually burn even when they're wet. You just really have to get them going, kind of just like a fire. You can burn wet wood, you just have to have a really big hot fire, but it'll go out a lot easier too. You got to keep puffing your smoker, but simply raking up a bunch of pine needles, putting them in a tote, keeping them in a dry garage, shed, or barn, you'll always be able to have fuel. You don't have to buy those smoke pellets and cartridges and all those different things that you have to send away for and purchase. It's kind of unnecessary. But although I do actually have a few of those, I have some of those long cylinder pellets. I've got the rolled up cylinders. They burn pretty good for about 10-15 minutes. But I prefer pine needles, dry pine needles, 9 times out of 10. I like to go through these boxes and clean them up. You don't want to keep letting them build up and build up and build up. Plus it makes it easier to move your frames around the hive. Pine needles, it creates a nice cool white smoke. Look at that pollen on that bee right there. Lots of bees up here. They're eating up they're actually making comb up here. Wow, what a good time to split. Let's get some of this cleaned up here. So the bees are calm, even with all that activity. Smoke's pushed them right down. Looks like we're starting to see drone brood, which means they're starting to make drones, and they need drones to breed with the queens. And looking for drones. I see one right there. Looks like another one. Yeah, they're like kittens right now. Now we're getting into some brood. I see fresh eggs. God, it's so nice having the sun on your back. They pop. They're just so quiet right now. Now, I heard of an app coming out that you were going to be able to put it up to the hive. Wow, just doesn't want to come out. You're going to be able to put it up to the hive. I think it's because we have brood stuck to the bottom frame. We're going to find brood on the bottom of this frame, or comb rather. Yeah, I think I just broke it. It's gonna be a mess. Yep. Oh, the whole bottom frame came off. Lovely. That's not good. That's not good. Yep. Don't rock the whole hive like that. Well, this frame came together. More brood getting torn from the bottom though. There's the queen right there. So, what we'll do is we'll put her over here. Man, each frame is a challenge, dude. I'm gonna have a mess to clean up. Man, oh man. You know, lots of fresh larvae. Okay. Now we just have to make our way through it. Just like a honey frame. Looks like that's all she is. Let's clean this up though. I don't want to put this in the next box like this. So I'm going to smoke the bottom and get the bees out of here so I can clean it up. Okay, moving right along. Now I could have just torn the top box off and put it down, but I wanted to take a look and see what I got. Going much faster now because we're starting to get just to the honey. Doesn't look like the queen's been over here laying. Should just have another honey frame. Wow. It's glued right in. Not much going on with this frame. Get the top on it. Done. We're good. I just have to put an entrance on it. I'm gonna take a piece of wood. That's too big. Put it in the front. So we have bees the queen, honey. And we can leave a little less in this because the queen's gonna be in here. She's gonna be laying, she's gonna be building the population up. We need a lot of the bees in this box. We just have to make sure they have eggs in here. There's gotta be eggs in here somewhere. So let's get into it. You know, your chances are really good if you got a strong hive that you can just tear the top box off. Whoa, let's just slide right off. It's really gummed in. So we know there's no queen in here. This has got pollen. I'm just seeing if the queen was down here laying, which she probably was. A lot of times they put their honey up in the top, and over the winter they're all loaded up on top. Okay, more pollen, a little bit of honey, more pollen. I don't see any eggs. Okay, I'm gonna put this down. But usually the pollen and the honey are on the outsides. You get into the middle and the brood and the eggs are in the middle because that's where it's warm. And that's why you see this larva right here. And the pupa. Okay. Alright, I do see fresh eggs. But I see them. They're in there. So that's good. So, I'm going to stop right here. The bees have the numbers. A lot of the foragers are going to come back to this hive. Okay, so we're good. I will shake the bees in.